don't have to turn back the clock to hear the captivating country sound of the 80s and 90s. Chase Richburg is here to bring that sound to our studio for this week's Free Music Friday. Chase, thank you so much for joining us.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Thank you for having me.
Tell us a little bit about how you got started in music.
For sure. Well, ever since, as far as I can remember, all the way back to just going to check cows with my grandpa and stuff, Country Legends 97.1 was always on the radio, and I just fell in love with it from there. And then I was always annoying my mom and my grandparents singing. They were always telling me, you just sing too much. And so then that just kind of kept going, and it moved from my mom, my grandparents to kids on the school bus, and then, you know, into high school. And then I entered my high school talent show as a joke because my friend said you wouldn't do it, and I said, well, I ain't scared. And then I sang Folsom Prison Blues, and I won, surprisingly. And so then I thought, well, heck, maybe I can sing, you know. And I absolutely could not sing at the time, but it might have been more just a comedic act. But so I won that, and then I got with a buddy, and he could play guitar, I could not. And so we got together and we formed the Texas 2 was our first little group, and we played at the little local Ronnie's Ice House, little local bar there in Brazoria, Texas, and I think we made $100 together. Nice. And we thought, well, man, at 16 years old, this is what we're going to do the rest of our life. We can get rich doing this, you know. And we loved it ever since then, and never would have thought it'd come to this, but here we are.
Yeah.
You know.
Tell us what you've been up to recently with your music. Any performances coming up that we need to be aware of?
For sure. So we, in March, we just finished 6 songs there in Nashville, Tennessee at Mystics Recording Studio, and some of my heroes are on that. And so we got 6 songs there, and going to finish up, wrapping up, get another 4 or 5 songs and have the album wrapped up. So we got He'll Never Be a Lawyer, which we can talk about. It came out today, so we'd released that today, and then we'll release about 3 or 4 more singles and then the album after that.
How much fun was it going to Nashville and recording?
You know, everything I've ever did, I mean, I've put 10 years into this, and being with, like, the reason I listen to country music are the guys that played with George Jones, Vern Gosdin, you know, Gary Stewart, Keith Whitley, and to have those guys on the same record with me is like that just made it, you know, like, and they're like nothing, they're out of this world good, you know, like nothing I've ever seen.
Probably a pinch me moment, I'm sure.
100%, like, I'm just like, yes.
How did we get here?
Is this real life? For sure. Like, how did this get here?
All right, you mentioned the single that came out today, He'll Never Be a Lawyer. Tell me about the process of making that, writing it. What was that
For sure. So first thing first, that's Ken Mellons. Ken Mellons is the writer on that out of Nashville, Tennessee. And he actually released that back in like 1995, I believe. So I spent more than I should have years here in College Station, and moved here in 2016. And then, man, we kept Hurricane Harry's alive, made sure that they had no problem, you know, paying the light bill there. Yeah. And so that was just the first time I heard that song. And then me personally as a writer, I'm definitely more of a sad old country songwriter. So I'm like, I struggle. I have no problem admitting I struggle to write fun, happy stuff. Yeah. So I heard that one, and I'm like, well, this is us. This is our life, you know. And I knew instantly. And then I had the pleasure of talking with Mr. Ken Mellons, and he gave us the go ahead. And so big shout out to Ken Mellons out there for letting us cut that song. And
very good. We got about 10 seconds left here. Where can people find your music?
Anywhere music can be found. Spotify, iTunes, YouTube, anywhere music can be found.
All right, very good. Stick around. Chase Richburg will be singing his debut Nashville single, He'll Never Be a Lawyer, right after this.